You know, when we think about the dangers of AI, our minds immediately go to the movies, right? Sentient robots, a super intelligence that takes over the world. But the real disruption, the one that's happening right now, isn't about conscious machines. It's about our economy, our jobs. And it forces us to ask a really tough question. What does it mean to have a purpose when an algorithm is getting smarter every single day?
And this quote from AI expert Kai-Fu Lee just hits the nail on the head. He's basically saying that all this focus on which country is winning the AI race, that's a distraction. The main event, the real crisis that's going to affect every single one of us, is economic. We're talking about massive job displacement and a kind of inequality we've never seen before.
So to really wrap our heads around this huge shift, we can't just talk about AI like it's one single thing. We need a framework, a way to actually see how this technology is rolling out into our world piece by piece.
And that framework is built around 4 distinct waves. I want you to picture them like 4 tsunamis, each one building on the last and each one completely reshaping our economic world in a powerful new way. Understanding these waves is absolutely key to seeing where the disruption is going to hit first and where it's going to hit the hardest.
The first wave, Internet AI, is one you're already swimming in. It's the engine that powers your social media feeds and your streaming suggestions, constantly predicting what you're going to watch or buy next. And here's the thing, every time you click, you buy, you like something, you're basically feeding the machine. You're training it, telling it how to get better at predicting you.
Okay, the second wave, business AI, moves from your screen into the back office. This AI loves the clean, organized world of spreadsheets, what we call structured data. This is what Wall Street uses to make lightning-fast trades and what banks use to predict with scary accuracy who's going to default on a loan.
Now, with the third wave, perception AI, this is where things get really wild. We are literally giving machines senses. This is the tech that lets a smart speaker understand your commands, or lets a smart store see what you took off the shelf. It's totally blurring the line between the digital and the physical world.
And all of this builds up to the fourth and final wave, autonomous AI. This is the grand finale, where all the other waves come together to create machines that don't just perceive the world, but can actually independently operate inside it. We're talking about self-driving cars navigating busy streets and robots running entire warehouses.
So, we've got these 4 powerful waves of technology. The big question, the one that really matters, is what happens to human jobs when these waves make it to shore? What does this all mean for our ability to make a living?
And this is where we see a huge, fundamental change. In past technological revolutions, tractors replacing farmhands, it was mostly blue-collar, physical jobs that were automated away. But AI is different. Its first target isn't the factory floor, it's the office. It's coming for white-collar, thinking and analyzing kinds of jobs first.
And the sheer scale of this is hard to even comprehend. I mean, look at this number from PwC. They estimate that 38%, that is nearly 4 out of every 10 jobs, are at high risk of being automated in the next decade or so. That's not just a small impact. That's a full-on societal transformation.
And this isn't just about spreadsheets and economics. This quote, it's just heartbreaking. It shows you the deeply human side of this crisis. Our jobs are so tied up in our identity, in our sense of who we are. When a machine can do your job, it forces you to ask, well, who am I now?
This disruption also kicks a winner-take-all economy into overdrive. See, AI runs on data. So the companies that already have the most data, think Google, think Amazon, they get an almost unbeatable head start. This creates massive monopolies, and it concentrates incredible wealth and power in the hands of a tiny few. And that gap between the rich and everyone else, it turns into a canyon.
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty bleak, but it forces us to ask a really profound and maybe long overdue question. If we're going to hand over all the work of optimization and efficiency to AI, what's left for us humans to do?
So 2 big ideas have really come to the forefront. The one you've probably heard of is Universal Basic Income, or UBI, just a straight-up payment to everyone, a safety net. But some people argue it's just a painkiller that doesn't solve the root problem. A really interesting alternative is this idea of a social investment stipend. It completely reframes the whole thing, not as a handout, but as an investment in our communities and our humanity.
So how would this work? It's fascinating. Instead of just getting a check, this stipend would pay people to do the things that machines just can't. Things like caring for an aging parent or a child, or meaningful community service, like coaching a Little League team, or even education, paying people to learn new skills or turn a hobby into a new career path.
It's about changing our whole economy to value what actually makes us human: compassion, connection, and creativity.
And in the end, that's the real question the AI revolution is forcing every single one of us to face. If machines can free us from the daily grind of just being productive, what's our real purpose? Maybe it's not to be a more efficient cog in an economic machine. Maybe it's to become more compassionate, more creative, and more connected human beings. In an age of artificial intelligence, maybe the true job of being human is to love.